Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Hello, hello, and how do you do, my people out there? The beautiful people of the world. That's you. That's you and 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 you. I see all you guys out there. How we doing on a beautiful Monday? Back to Monday. Can you believe we're back to Monday here, ladies and gentlemen? Round and round the weeks go. You know, honestly, as I sit here thinking about it, because you know how my brain just kind of goes in those directions, why do we limit ourselves to merely 7 days a week, right? Because it's the same thing every time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you know, right? So why not like add some different days? Like maybe we come up with some new words or some new ideas, and we can actually add days that'll make the weeks longer. It'll give us more time, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I come up with these ideas. It's amazing. One little thought at a time, working to bring humanity to a better level of happiness and existence. Hey-o. So anyway, hey, hello and welcome to Operation Status Quo. If you're new here, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me today on Operation Status Quo. This, of course, is the place where we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. I am Pete Palmer, your user-friendly host, broadcasting live from the comfy confines of my very own home here in beautiful, sunshine-filled Florida, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, happy Labor Day out there. I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your holiday, because it's always nice to have a holiday for sure, even if it's, all our holidays are some sort of inverted, satanic nonsense that they do, but at the same time, it's nice to have a day off, right? So anyway, what was I going to say? First and foremost, before I get into today's topic, which today is the 4th of September in the good year 2023, today's show is entitled Happy Labor Day, because it's Labor Day, and we're just going to talk about some fun trivia information regarding Labor Day. But prior to that, I would just like to take a moment to say thank you I had a bunch of some new subscribers that did a show on Friday. For anyone who may have missed it, did a show on Friday on Telegram, my Telegram channel, with Justin Carpenter, and really gracious and kind of him to work with me and to share what I'm doing with his audience. And it was really nice, and I really appreciate it. And I got a lot of good positive feedback for a change. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some positive feedback. Yeah. Okay, there they go. There go the complainers. Come on, you guys. Give me a break, will you? For God's sake. Get the hell out of here. We can't do it. I don't want to have it. We don't need it on a holiday. For goodness sake. I just want to get the new people accustomed to the fact that I enjoy sound effects so much, and I have some fun with them here and there. So... we got all kinds, whatever you like. If you have a sound effect that's one of your favorites, let me know. We can do it. Chainsaws. And anyway, can we let's get rid of all this stuff over here. I gotta go back. Oh darn, I messed it up. I gotta go back a page now because this chainsaw is going to go forever. Okay, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what the hell was I saying? Who the hell knows? But all the people that I may have gained from Friday, now we'll see how demented I truly am, and may decide to go in a different direction. But no, seriously, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the feedback. I appreciate all the new subscribers on Telegram, the new subscribers here on YouTube as well. So, please stick with me. As I always say, I'm a fun guy. I like to have some fun and laughs and everything. I don't like to take life so seriously. It's so heavy. And, again, for newer people, like, my fundamental baseline of belief in this life is that, the world basically is a playground. It's just energies at play for us to interact with, for lessons that need to be learned. So I think it's important not to take things too seriously, not to get too worked up about what we see going on in the world and looking at it as so heavy in a sense, right? Because I think that's what the powers that be ultimately try to do to us. They try to create situations preying on our fears and our instinctual attributes as a conscious entity. They know all this stuff, and they play with our minds, right? So it's up to us to not let that come to fruition. and to just be part of the what was I going to say? Just go be part of what's going on in the sense of that's why I say here on Operation Status Quo, we observe what's going on in the world. We understand to flow with what's happening and not let things get us out of our brains, and then we create our own flow of quo, because that's how much power we have as individuals to create the life that we want to have. So, but in the meantime, you got to have a little bit of fun, because life is short. Well, it's not really short because there is no time, and ultimately life is endless. We just transitioned into different ways of existing. But as far as it goes for our day-to-day embodiment, ego, mind, life, and you are Joe, and that is Fred, and that is Mary, and that is Sue, or whatever the case may be. That time can go by quite quickly. So why put so much weight on it? Like, even all the stuff that's going on in the world today. And I know myself, I'm guilty of this in certain regard. I and especially people who have come from Justin's audience, and and that sort of mindset. I know you guys understand of what's going on, and we're all waiting for these truths to come out and things to be exposed, so we can free ourselves of the system that's kept us as these socioeconomic slaves, and more so than that, that's part of it, but even more so than that, just kind of brain slaves, or whatever you want to say, that we've been for so many generations. So we're waiting, like just waiting for all this truth to come out so we can be set free and start fresh. But the truth is, like, I say this a lot, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Like, we, as awareness comes, we have to engage with that awareness and put it forth out into the world, and each of us transitions our lives into more of a path that's more centered and not so worldly. Then we just create the world outside changes because we are the creators, right? So the more that we just live the life that we want to see, the more that starts to show in our everyday world, because the everyday world is merely a reflection of what's going on inside in the consciousness of humanity overall. So, we do have responsibility for that. So I just, I'm not lecturing you. Hold on. I'm not lecturing you, ladies and gentlemen, but we need it. We need to be responsible. Hey-o. I guess I'm feeling a little silly and a little giddy today. I'm excited to have new subscribers and new potential people to enjoy, possibly at least partially enjoy what I do. And if you haven't done so already, I don't usually say so much of this in the beginning, but we're trying to grow this community. I appreciate just watching it is great. I really appreciate it. But it makes a difference if you click the like or the subscribe or that type of stuff. I mean, it's not painful. It doesn't hurt. I even subscribe to my own channel, so I'm still here to tell the tale. All right. So anyway, it's Happy Labor Day, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about Labor Day a little bit. Just the basic, of course, according to the U.S. Department of Labor, the day is to celebrate the social and economic achievements of the American worker. The holiday stems from the late 1800s, when labor activists wanted a federal holiday to recognize workers' contributions to the country. So it sounds like a beautiful idea, right? Overall, but what's funny about just the whole concept of a holiday like this to me is that, like, why do we need a holiday to celebrate the achievements of the American worker, in a sense, when if things were done in a way that was true to your heart, we wouldn't think of work as work, that you need to celebrate, it's because it even says here to celebrate the social and economic achievements. And I just always say we're socioeconomic slaves, right? So we're going to give you one day off, because of all the repression we've created with the fake fiat dollar system that basically is worthless, and we keep you entrapped in debt, for your whole life. But guess what? We'll give you a day off for Labor Day. I don't want to be a downer, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm just trying to say, we have to kind of think of things in this regard. It's just like, it makes no sense, right? It's like it shouldn't even be that from the beginning. But hey, it is what it is, and we're here today to have some fun. So let me come over here and go to this site, and we have some Labor Day some Labor Day facts, right? Some Labor Day facts. So let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to go down to when they actually start. All right. So I just got some stuff. We're just having some fun. So if you're out there with me online, please feel free to drop into the chat and add some comments and, all that kind of stuff. Your participation's encouraged. So, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you if it goes that way instead of reading all this stuff. But seriously. All right. So let's have some fun. What goes on Labor Day? Well, guess what? There's actually some celebrity birthdays that are on Labor Day. So let's see who had a birthday on Labor Day. There are plenty of celebrities who celebrate September birthdays, but depending on the year, occasionally land on Labor Day. And they do include, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, one of the worst child traffickers out there, and handlers, I guess, too, right? Beyonce. How about a round of applause for Beyonce getting and attacking and grooming children out there. Way to go, Beyonce. Hey-o. You deserve it. You deserve it. You'll see whatever happens. Oh, how about Keanu Reeves? Keanu Reeves' birthday was on Labor Day. That was on September 2nd. We like Keanu Reeves. He's really a good guy. I get the impression. I don't look at him as on the bad side of things. Charlie Sheen's birthday was on Labor Day. So how about that? And that guy, he does deserve a holiday for all the labor he's put in. It's a lot of work doing all those drugs and sleeping with all those porn stars. You know what I'm trying to say? And then having AIDS on top of it and having to deal with that. I mean, this guy's a real trooper. We probably should have two. We should probably forget Labor Day. We should have Charlie Sheen Day, to celebrate the true expression of depravity in America. So I always like Charlie Sheen, though. But, my goodness gracious, right? Mark Harmon, his birthday was on Labor Day. Michael Keaton was on Labor Day as well. We always enjoy Michael Keaton. He's a lot of fun. And Evan Rachel Wood is another one listed here. And how about Buddy Holly? Buddy Holly, he was born on Monday, September 7th of 1936, and that was on Labor Day as well. So, of course, we know Labor Day is a big travel weekend. And I'll set to say this. I found that here because being in Florida, over the weekend, I expected things to be really crowded, right? Because it's Labor Day weekend. And when I went out on Saturday to go to my yoga studio over there to go teach, I was expecting to run into some traffic, but it was actually way less than normal, right? So I was like, I guess everybody wants to go enjoy Labor Day, and they left Florida and went somewhere else. So I'm glad that they did. I'm going to start encouraging people, go somewhere else, please. It's a little crowded around here. It takes a long time to get to places, but it does say that nearly 85% of all Americans plan to travel this summer right through the 3-day weekend. So are you one of them? It's about 219 million people. Are you out there traveling? Did you travel? Let me know in the comments below. Where did you go? Because here they say the most popular cities to visit on Labor Day weekend. Okay, I don't know how they come up with this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, but this is what they say. So let me know if you're out there traveling, if you went to one of these spaces. Charleston, South Carolina, Santa Fe, New Mexico, New Orleans, Louisiana, Savannah, Georgia, and of course, Chicago, Illinois. And I'm wondering, Chicago, though, the other places sound pretty cool overall, right? But Chicago, I know it's my kind of town, Chicago, but, Chicago is really been quite depleted, and we got a lot of goofy woke stuff going on over there. So I don't know why you want to go to Chicago exactly. It doesn't seem like the most fun. I've been to Chicago once, but not actually through Chicago at the airport on a connecting flight. So that was my Chicago experience. Okay, so of course we know also that Labor Day refers to labor and working, right? So this piece of information here contains the top jobs of 2023. So since Labor Day is about recognizing hard work, you might be curious which jobs are considered among the best for U.S. employees using pay, talent, the ability to advance, stress, work-life balance, and other criteria, blah, blah, blah. They decided here that these are the top jobs of 2023. So now, here we are again. This is the beautiful part of being able to communicate as a group. Let me know. Just drop your comments. Are you an employee of one of these type of jobs? As a matter of fact, in America today, is anybody an employee? Is anybody an employee? Is anybody working at all? I know. Stop the train. Stop the train. Everybody out. All right. So anyway, the best jobs for 2023. I mean, they stopped everybody working in 2020, and then they want to complain that nobody wants to go back to work. I mean, who the hell wanted to work to begin with, right? It's like once you gave people a taste, who wants to go back? Anyway, so software developer is on the list. A nurse practitioner. A lot of nurses out there. They do good work. Medical and health service managers. Physician assistant. Information security analyst, a physical therapist, a financial manager, an IT specialist, a web developer, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, believe it, I have it right here, a dentist. Yes. No, I think the tooth is fine. I think the tooth is fine now. All right. So those are the top jobs. I don't know. He went through all this stuff. And, honestly, let me just take a step back. I'm so excited today and so happy to be here with you beautiful people out there. So my energy level is way off the charts. But a dentist just seems like it's one of the top jobs of 2023. I mean, maybe, okay, I'm going to figure it out because during the COVID and when everybody was locked down, they were eating a lot of junk food, right? And everybody's teeth went bad. And now as we are coming out, back into life, people have to get their teeth re-whitened so they can go back in public with other people. I see the software developer. That makes sense. I mean, a lot of medical stuff in here. So what do you do for a living out there? Are you on this list? All right, let's see. So Labor Day was actually celebrated before there was a Labor Department. All right, so the U.S. Department of Labor was founded on March 4th of 1913. What's interesting about that is that Labor Day itself became a federal holiday back in 1894, and the very first celebration of the holiday occurred in 1882, a full 30 years before the government agency was founded. And this is just another example of showing us why do we need any government agencies whatsoever, right? Because we were already doing the holiday. We didn't need to have the Department of Labor come along and say we're going to make, a holiday. So we already had a Labor Day holiday before there wasn't even a Department of Labor. So maybe we should start doing away with some of these government agencies. That's why I like that, oh my God, Ramaswamy or whatever his name is. I think, what did he say? He's going to cut the government down by, if he got elected president, he would do away with I don't know, at least 50% of government workers, which for those of you who are newer, I've spoken on this before. I do, I hate to admit it, but I do work, for the federal government, so I would love it because I feel it's a horrible environment. It's so, there's so much waste, there's so much fraud, waste, and abuse. I think for my new job, I like to become a professional whistleblower and expose all the crap I see and the money laundering and everything that goes on behind the scenes in federal contracting, right? So, but anyway, I would love for that guy to become president and shut down half the government because that'd be a great way for me to get out of the job without feeling guilty about quitting. Okay, right. Let's see. Now, other countries, they celebrate International Workers' Day instead of Labor Day, while Labor Day is primarily a U.S. holiday, although Canada does celebrate it as well. So let's make sure we have that as a fact. Many other countries recognize their laborers on what's known as International Workers' Day, also referred to as May Day or Labor Day, but Labor Day with Labour. See what I'm trying to say? So that makes it a whole different thing, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway, the Department of Labor, here we go. According to the Department of Labor, according to government nonsense, the international version of Labor Day has roots right here in America and is a nod to a conflict that occurred in Chicago more than a century ago, advocating for 8-hour workdays. 300,000 workers walked out on the job on May 1st, 1886, hence the name May Day, and the date is observed annually, which is May 1st. So how about that? I did not realize that there, ladies and gentlemen, and back in Chicago. So maybe that's why Chicago was one of the popular places to go for Labor Day, right? Because of what happened here with this protest that got us down to 8-hour workdays. You remember that episode of the Jetsons, the cartoon, the Jetsons? I remember one time George comes home from work and he goes, "Oh, these 4-hour workdays are killing me." But that would be the future. It should be the future. I always want to say this because I'm not one that I'm not up at the crack of dawn looking to work all day long. I'll be honest. And a lot of people, sometimes, confuse that with being lazy. And truthfully, I'm not lazy. I do a lot in the course of each day. But my gosh, when I look back on the days that I did have to do that, when I was getting up at 5 a.m. and when I was, working a job in Philadelphia, and I had to take the train in and do. It's all day just to get to your desk, and then you got to deal with all this nonsense, and then by the time you get home, you're exhausted. I mean, it's really a disgrace. So this is not to say we shouldn't get things done. I just think that's why I'm advocating for the robots. I really look forward to the robots coming to fruition. Let them build the roads, let them build the houses, let them do everything, and then we can just chill out and go on the beach and have a nice time and enjoy each other. Have like campfires and play instruments together and cook. It'd be a lot of fun just to engage with humans. Okay. All right. Now Labor Day began with a parade. Now you see this. Now this right here is kind of incestuous because that's how they do everything. Everything's a parade, right? So Labor Day, it's easy to do a parade. Then you do Thanksgiving parade and Christmas parade. And before you know it, you got a bunch of transgenders walking down the street with dildos on their forehead, because we have to have the big parade. We have to have the big parade. I know. All right. Hey-o. Let me get off of that topic. But anyway, it's widely believed. No, so wait, does this mean it's not true? Is it true or not true? Don't tell me it's widely believed. It's widely believed that on September 5th, 1882, Union leaders marched in what is now considered the very first Labor Day parade. More than 10,000 New York City workers from a wide variety of industries, such as clothing makers and railroad workers, including children. Back then the kids, they were the chimney sweeps and stuff. Remember that? Took to the streets to raise awareness over unsafe working conditions. Yeah, I just said like the chimney sweeps and stuff. The working stuff was really bad back in those days, right? I mean, so it's little by little. But those people were tough. They were tough. They could go down and breathe coal or wherever they do all day long, work 50 hours in a 24-hour day, however they could do it, and made them tough. This was, going down to 8-hour work days, giving workers safe working conditions and this kind of stuff. This was like the start of wussifying our country, right? It's like if people have to be on edge a little bit about their safety, they might pay attention to what's going on in everyday life. So, if you work in a warehouse, they should every once in a while drop something heavy from a top shelf and, see who's paying attention, who loses a foot and who's paying attention, All right. So let's see here. What else we got here? Well, it does say that the founder of Labor Day is widely contested. I did not realize this, dude. I don't even know who founded Labor Day. Well, let's find out. No one is completely sure who actually started Labor Day here in the U.S., but it's between two people, and their last names are incredibly similar. While some records show that Peter J. McGuire, co-founder of the American Federation of Labor, got it going, others believe that Matthew McGuire, a secretary of the Central Labor Union, first sparked the concept. So I guess just like the Titanic and the landing on the moon, we'll never know for sure who really started Labor Day and what really happened on that fateful moment when this was brought into existence for all of humanity. But maybe we can do some research on that, ladies and gentlemen, and find the conspiracy in that, because I'm sure there was. How about this? Oregon was the first state to observe Labor Day. President Grover Cleveland made it a federal holiday back in 1894, on June 28th, 1894. President Grover Cleveland made Labor Day official by signing it into law, and I guess that was is that when they first made it every Monday? No, then it was later, I think. Because it says here, while the very first Labor Day in 1882 took place on a Tuesday, it eventually shifted to Monday after the holiday was adopted by the state. So they just made it the first Monday of the month. After that, there's still a New York City Labor Day parade. So how about that? There's a parade. Are you in New York? Is there a parade? Actually, no. It says it over here. This year, the parade will be held on Saturday, September 9th. So September 9th, if you are interested in going to the Labor Day parade, get on out there. I can't imagine what it would be like. It's New York now, and New York is a totally trashed city, so I'm sure it'll be more looting. Probably the Labor Day parade. It's like looting. We're all unemployed, because they tell us there's jobs, but there's not really jobs. So instead of doing a parade to celebrate all the hard work we've done, we're going to do a parade where we march down the street and loot all the stores along the way. So maybe that'd be a transition to kind of put a little pep into the holiday. Looting parties. That would be kind of make Labor Day fun. Let's see. Okay, let's do this. The average hourly earnings for employees, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average hourly pay for U.S. employees is, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? Because why should I put you out to try to do anything? That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm doing this, not to make you research the information, right? Anyway, so the average U.S. employee makes $33.58 per hour as of June 2023. So see where you fall into that pay range, ladies and gentlemen. If you're above average, below average, or maybe you're just average. The porridge was too hot, the porridge was too cold, but this porridge was just right. You see what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. There's some recipes, and that's about it. That's okay. I think that's all the main stuff. Let me give a round of applause. Yeah! It's Labor Day. Labor Day. I don't want it to go away because it's a day off and it's so much fun to do what I want and not answer to anyone. Hey-o. Yeah. Woo! Okay, I made that up. Would you like that song? Because maybe we can record it and put it out there as an official theme to Operation Status Quo. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I have for you here today on Operation Status Quo. And, we got more stuff coming up through the week. For anybody who is new here, I generally go on Monday through Friday. Generally, it's around 2 o'clock, on the Eastern side, the Eastern time zone, right? So, 2 p.m., I should say, in the afternoon, Eastern time zone. So I don't always make it exactly that time. It just kind of depends. I do work from home, not to give you my whole life story. So, sometimes, it just depends on how the schedule goes. But generally, I'm able to pop in here around 2:30. I kind of do that kind of time. Sometimes it's a little later. Sometimes it's a little sooner. So please take the time to click the notification bell, and you'll know when I go live. I would love for you to join me here on the live streams. Otherwise, of course, these live streams, I do, repost them out. So if you're one of my Telegram fans, you might be watching it right there, right now, after I put it there. But, I missed you. I wish you were here. Why weren't you here? Tell me. I miss you. I would love for you to be here. All right, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a great time with your friends, your family, and all that. And, thanks to everyone for all the hard work they do out there in this world. We all are on a journey in this life, and nothing is easy, right? We have to kind of just support each other and encourage each other and appreciate one another and show kindness and love to one another, because that's what it's really all about. And, of course, a nice smile along the way and a little chuckle here and there never hurts either, okay? All right, so that's what I got for you here today on Operation Status Quo. Once again, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, those you despise as well. God bless each and every one of you. I love you individually as well as a group. Oh, I forgot to go back over here so I could do my ending cleanly, but now I can. I did say I love you individually as well as a group, and I do. Doesn't hurt to say it twice. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, Operation Status Quo disengaged.